our picture book, Our Street, has just gone to the printers. Lots of people will know David Holmgren's Aussie Street presentation at various PDCs and convergences and tours. We've got together and written a kids' version of that book, illustrated by Brenna Quinlan, who a lot of people also know for her activism art. And yeah, it's finally happened.
How would you explain the evolution from permaculture to RetroSuburbia?
RetroSuburbia is very much part of permaculture, but partly when choosing the title of the book, I decided not to put permaculture directly in the title, because sometimes permaculture is just seen as a sort of weird organic gardening thing without much else behind it, and most permies know that's not the case, of course, but the general public doesn't necessarily. So rather than putting people off because they think, oh, I'm not a gardener, or that hippie gardening stuff's not for me, it's just a total new branding. And basically RetroSuburbia focuses down on where most people live, which is the suburbs of our capital cities. So that's where the action's got to happen.
What do you think are the strengths of RetroSuburbia?
I think partly that it's really focused on people and where they live, but also that focus on retrofitting. For a while in there, permaculture seemed to be about finding your little acreage in the country and going out and starting afresh with this blank slate, but that's just not a reality for everyone. Even if they'd like to do that, arguably in RetroSuburbia, say all the buildings we actually need to house everyone we've got are already there. We just need to rearrange our lives and our buildings and things to cope better. So we don't need this continuous growth. We need to use what we've got where we've got it in really resilient, sensible, sustainable ways that can lead to a lot better fulfilling life. So I guess that positive message is one of the things that really inspires me. Just saying, put aside the fact that you'll emit less greenhouse gases and all those environmental things, they're great. But even if you're not interested in that, you can have a much better life. People talk about wanting to spend more time with the family and more time doing this and doing that. Why not focus on those things you love? And often they can be really productive. And even if they're not directly productive, doing these things yourself mean you need to spend less money and therefore need to work less. And therefore you can spend time outside that big industrial financial system that's stuffing up the world and create your own little nest to make you happy and take the power away from that big system.
So what makes you happy, Beck?
Just being around green, which sounds a bit weird, but we've had a couple of years of very low rainfall, and this is the first green spring we've had in a while. So I just look at it and feel like I'm soaking it up at the moment. I love being outside barefoot, doing productive things. I love hanging out with my animals. I've got goats who I love and lots of other animals, and getting my hands dirty, and been doing some major tree planting over the last couple of years, and that's made me really happy. Long walks make me really happy. Hanging out with the people I really love makes me happy.
Oh, that's lovely.